Now that we've been through all 3 stations for our virtual field trip, the water quality, the macroinvertebrates, and the native plants, we can make an overall conclusion on the health of Padden Creek for the salmon species that are living here. If we start with native plants, we found 4 native plants and 2 invasive plants. And for us, that would give us a conclusion of fair for the assessment of the habitat based on the plant species. At macroinvertebrates, the macroinvertebrates we found in our sample were mostly from group 2 and group 3, which again for us would lead us to believe that we have fair conditions based on the macroinvertebrates. And finally, at water quality, we had 2 excellent ratings from our turbidity and our dissolved oxygen, and 1 fair rating from our temperature, which would lead us to come up with a rating of excellent to a high fair for Padden Creek based on the water quality. So if you take those 3 results and put them all together into a final conclusion, we can loop back on your hypothesis that you created earlier in this field trip, thinking about the overall health of Padden Creek. And for us, we would give that overall assessment a fair for the health of Padden Creek for the salmon species living in this creek. Which may leave you wondering, well, what can we do to get that to an excellent rating? And that's a really good question. And that's something that we as an organization work so hard on, not only at Padden Creek, but throughout Whatcom County, to promote healthy salmon habitat for all salmon species that are living in our watershed. And ways that you can do this are to be on the lookout for trash. If you see trash that's on the ground that's safe for you to pick up, do so, because that will prevent that trash from getting into these creeks. Another way that you can help to create healthy salmon habitat is to work on restoration projects. This is something that our organization does throughout Whatcom County, and something that you can do too. Whether it's removing invasive vegetation or planting native trees or shrubs, your actions make a difference. So look for information on our community work parties, and we'd love to see you at one of those events where we can work together to create healthy salmon habitat throughout Whatcom County. Thank you so much for joining us for our virtual field trip today, and we'll see you next time.